right, so the flow for today is going to take us into a whole bunch of twisting, a lot of side bending as well. We're taking this towards side crow. So a lot of lengthening back and forth, a lot of crosswise movement, and just have that in mind. I have one demonstration before we begin, and that's how about the whole entry towards side crow and then the twist that puts you into the pose. So once we actually get into the main part of the flow from here, every sequence is going to bring you to the front of the mat at the very end. You're going to be standing, and your arms are going to be bound. And keep in mind with the bound arms thing, you're going to be balancing a little bit. So if you need to let go of the bind, feel free. Bring the hands wherever it keeps you balanced, maybe into heart center, maybe just to your hips. But you're going to be standing at the front facing forward. So feet together, legs together as much as you can. And then you're going to press down to your toes, lift your heels up off the floor, work here to keep your torso upright and keep your core engaged. And then you just kind of come straight down. The heels stay lifted the whole time. So as you come down, dig your toes down to the floor, squeeze the legs together, bend the knees, let the knees travel forward, keep your core engaged to keep yourself upright as best you can. And then you're going to come down all the way to sitting on your heels. Now once you're down, you'll bring your hands down to the floor. I'll tell you which way to turn. So you're going to keep your hands down. I'm going to turn my knees over to the left side. And this is where you take the twist coming into side crow. So keep your legs together, keep your heels lifted. I'm going to keep my right hand down, inhale the left arm up high, and then with the exhale, bring the left elbow across into the right thigh to work the twist. And keep in mind, the twist is where you want to take things to. The twist is what we're after here. Whether or not you come into side crow, get into as deep a twist as you can. You're trying to bring the elbow not toward the knee. You're trying to get close to the hip, at least toward the halfway point on that thigh. And then use that arm. Press the elbow into the thigh, lengthen out your spine, open your chest to the front as much as you can. And if you just want the twist, just stay here. Keep extending. I'd recommend holding for about 5 breaths, and then you can just release it and take it through your vinyasa if that's as far as you want to go with this today. Now, if you're up for the arm balance, go ahead and set that hand down. The other hand comes down, just set it in line with the first. You can balance this on 2 elbows, but you have to at least do it on 1, so that elbow that's holding onto the twist is going to stay right where it is. And then dig down to your fingertips, look forward, lift your hips a little bit, shoulders forward, bend the elbows in. As you tip forward, let the feet lift. And when you come into side crow, this is probably the most common version of the shape with both legs tucked, both knees bent. You can play around if you like. So you can extend both legs to one side, you can scissor this out, take it to wherever you like, keep the twist, keep your shoulders forward. And we'll take it through the vinyasa from here. Now you can just step it back to plank or fly it back. And maybe find chaturanga with bent arms. But just work it as best you can and see how far you want to go with this once we get to that point. There's going to be a whole lot of twisting before we get there. So just work it as best you can. See how deep you can work the twist. And if you come into the arm balance, haven't done it a whole lot, just move into it slow. Be sure you're pulling your shoulders forward. You got to let your waist shift to actually come into an arm balance. Keep in mind. So all that said, let's go ahead and bring this to the front of the mat and start the standing. So once you come up to the front, just look down at your feet. Keep about hips width distance apart. And then take a little bit of internal rotation here to start. So bring the big toes in towards center, the heels out a little bit wider. So you're starting to create more of a triangular shape with the point forward toward your midline, at least in that negative space between your feet. And then as you look down, lift all 10 toes up off the floor, spread them out nice and wide. Keep them spread wide, set them down one by one. And now bring your weight forward toward your toes as much as you can, dig them down into the floor. Pull your weight back toward your heels. And just center yourself here somewhere in between. Now hold on to that tension that keeps you upright. So engage this. Tense up your thighs to pull the kneecaps up. Hold on to that. Keep some tension in your glutes. And then keep the tension through the midsection. Pulling in from the belly, around the low ribs. Lengthen out your spine and hold on to that as well. Stay tall. Crown the head toward the ceiling. Draw your chin in just a little bit. Let the back of the neck lengthen out. And just let your arms hang down and let your shoulders relax and sink away from the ears. And then just go ahead and close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in here. Let your mind quiet down. And as you settle in, just see that you're staying upright. So hold that tension through the thighs, the glutes, in particular through the midsection. Be sure the shoulders stay down and the arms relaxed. And then just start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhale, pull as much as you can. Fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe like this. When you're ready, take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, just open your eyes. And just go slow. With an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reaches up high. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, through center again. Inhale, reach up high. With the exhale, this time lean to the right. So right arm reaching down, stretch your left arm right, and hold this. Gaze up high, maybe pull that left shoulder back, and just breathe here, stretching through both arms. With your next inhale, bring it to center, reach up. And then with the exhale, lean left. Left arm reaching down, right arm stretching left, and gaze up high here. Hold this. Press your hips a little to the right. Drop that right shoulder back, and just breathe. Now with your next inhale, bring it to center, reach up high. And then with the exhale, bring the hands down through center and down to your hips. And we'll just start to work this a little bit of twist and a little bit more toward balancing from here. So go ahead, put the weight to the left foot, lift your right heel. And then step the right foot back and across. Just come onto the toes, keep the weight centered on your left foot. Hinge from the hips, bring your belly down to touch your left thigh, shoulders pull back. And then push your left foot, come back to center and come back upright. Bring the weight to the right foot. Lift your left heel, left foot back and across to touch the toes down past the edge of the mat. Hinge from the hips, bring your belly down to touch your right thigh, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then pushing your right foot, come back up, back to center. We'll switch it out over to the left foot again, right foot back and across, just touch the toes down. Hinge from the hips, shoulders pulled back, belly to your left thigh again. And then pushing your left foot, come back to center. Back to standing, over to the right foot again. Lift the left heel, left foot back and across. Hinge from the hips, belly to the right thigh, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then pushing your right foot and come back to center, left foot down. Over to the left side one more time. Right foot back and across. Now hinge from the left hip, belly to your thigh. Keep the shoulders pulled back, and this time bring the right knee all the way down. And then once you're down, with an inhale, reach your right arm high. And with the exhale, bring the right elbow down past your left thigh. Now draw that left shoulder back, look up toward the ceiling, and just feel the twist here. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release your twist. Hands to your hips. Push into your left foot, step back up to center. And then when you're ready, put the weight to the right foot, left foot back and across to touch the toes down. Hinge from the hips, belly to the right thigh, shoulders pulled back. Once you've folded down, go ahead, bring that left knee all the way to the floor. With an inhale, reach your left arm up high. And then with the exhale, bring that left elbow down past the right thigh. Now pull the right shoulder back, gaze up high, and hold here. Lengthen your spine as you're twisting. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your twist. Hands to your hips. Push into the right foot. Come back upright, back to standing, back to center. And I'm just turning for the camera here, but just stay at the front of the mat. Look down at your feet. Heels towards center, toes out. Some more external rotation this time. And we're going to take this up and down through a version of a Hindu squat. So keep your torso upright, keep your core engaged. Reach your arms straight forward, parallel to the floor. Draw your shoulders back. And then dig down into your toes. Lift your heels up off the floor and keep your heels lifted. Now I want to take this down. Just take it slow. Take it as far as you can. Try to hold your spine upright. And if the heels still high, bend the knees. Let them travel forward. Take it down smoothly. Take this down low, ideally all the way to your heels. Heels are still lifted. Slowly bring yourself back upright. And then once you're all the way up, go ahead and set the heels down for a moment. Again, press into the toes. Keep reaching forward. Keep looking forward. Heels high. And then take it down slow. Keep your core engaged. Try to keep the motion smooth all the way down rather than just dropping. And then come back up. Back up the vertical. And go ahead and set the heels down. One more time. Onto the toes, heels up high, hold here. Now keep your core engaged. Bend the knees, let them travel forward, heels stay lifted. Bring this down as low as you can. And then once you're down, one at a time, bring your hands down behind you. Go ahead and set this all the way down. So feet on the floor, just fold the knees side to side for a moment here, loosen up a little bit more. And then go bring your knees back into center. Now feet about hips width distance apart. Reach your arms forward, round your spine as completely as you can. And then slowly round this all the way down onto the mat. Now once you come down, I'm going to set this up for bridge. So bring your shoulders to the floor, arms at your sides, palms down. And then walk your feet in close. So feet and knees about hips width distance apart, heels close enough they can flatten your back as much as possible while you're down. And just keep your gaze up high. We'll take it up and down from here. So with an inhale, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up. Exhale, roll your spine back down. Inhale, press your hips up high again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips up again. Exhale, come down. Now inhale, press your hips up high and hold here. Now dig down into your heels. Keep your glutes squeezing. Keep the hips pressing up. And we're going to keep that lift so the glutes stay engaged, but we're going to twist from the upper body. So push into your left hand and lift the right. And then reach your right arm up and over to the left. Try to stack your shoulders. Work this as a twist. Now keep the hips up high. Come back to center with both arms down. And then press into the right hand, lift the left. Left arm reaches up and to the right, stretches out long. Keep your hips high. Bring it back to center, back to bridge. Right arm reaches up and to the left again. Keep your glutes squeezing, stretch it out long. Bring it back to center, both arms down. And then left arm reaches up and to the right. Try to stack your shoulders. Keep your hips up high. And then bring it back to center. Hips are still lifted. One more round. Right arm reaching up and to the left. Keep twisting, keep reaching, keep lifting your hips. Bring it back to center. Both arms to the floor. Reach your left arm up to and to the right one more time. Stretch this out long as you twist. And bring it back to center. Your hips are still high. You're still in bridge. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just roll it back down. Once you come down, pull your knees to your chest, bring your hands to your knees, and just squeeze everything in for a moment. Now you can pull your knees out wide, maybe rock this a little bit side to side, but just breathe. And then if you're moving side to side, just bring this back into center. Keep squeezing your knees in close. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees. And then go across at the ankles. Roll forward to a seat. And come further to your hands, find all fours. Once you're in all fours, give yourself a moment here and move around. So stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side. And just feel things out. Loosen up. Actually, notice where you loosen, where you tighten. Maybe shake your legs out a little bit as well if you want to take it there. And then go bring this into center back to all fours. Now, looking down, just keep the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees into the hips just to find the initial setup. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. And then walk the hands a little bit closer to the knees, maybe about one hand's length closer. Now, bring your knees together, feet together as well. With your palms down, rotate your hands, fingertips to the sides, and then in the direction of your feet as far as you can go. Hands are still shoulder width. Now, set your hands flat, spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down to the floor, press your spine up toward the ceiling. And as you're gripping, maybe just sway this lightly side to side, and this could be good enough, and just feel that stretch move through the wrists and up into the forearms. Now, if you can take this further, go ahead, bring this into center with the arms straight, still gripping, and just take it back and forth, shoulders forward, pull the elbows in underneath you. You don't have to lower too far. And then press back up to straight. And just keep taking it back and forth like that, and feel how much it changes the stretch in the forearms as you bend the elbows into this. Keep your fingers digging down, the fingertips digging down to the mat the whole time. And the next time you bring this forward, stay forward. Now center the weight on your bent arms as much as you can. You don't have to come down too low, but keep your fingers gripping. And then as you hold this, just keep your chest pulling forward, keep your gaze forward, put the weight to your left leg. And then keep your right knee bent, but bring that right big toe past the left edge of your mat, and then come back to center. And then lift your left leg, left big toe down past the right edge. Come back to center here, right big toe over past the left again. Come back into center, left big toe over to the right. And then come back to center here, still gripping with your fingers, right big toe over to the left again. Come back into center, left big toe over to the right one more time. And then back into center, and then go ahead, press back up to straight arms. Now keep the hands close, come up onto the fingertips for a moment, and then flip the hands over. So it's going to be backs of the hands down, palms facing up, the fingertips point toward the midline of the mat. Now set your hands flat, spread the fingers out wide, press your fingertips down, tense up your hands. Straighten your arms as much as you can. They don't have to be perfectly straight. But then as you look down, keep the hands engaged with the fingers spread wide, and then slide the hands together, so interlace your fingers. Now once you come to that position, palms are still open, fingertips still pressing down, And if you just want to stay here, this is fine. You can sway this side to side. If you want to take it further, bend into both elbows, but bring the right elbow all the way down to the floor, and then come back up to straight, and then come down to the left side, and bring it back up, and just take it back and forth like this at your own pace. Now, as you're moving, just keep it steady, and when you come back to center each time, try to straighten your arms at least briefly before you go to the other side, and just keep on moving like this for a moment. And then go ahead, give yourself just another round here. Try to finish this with the left elbow down before you come back up the center. And then press into your fingertips, press your spine up toward the ceiling. Hold for just a moment. And then go ahead and release. Come up onto the fingertips, down to sitting on your heels, and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen your fingers up and loosen up your wrists. Now, once the hand's ready, come back down to all fours and just look around. And see that you've got basically your lower legs centered on your mat. Now, once you've got your position, just walk the hands in close, come up onto the fingertips, and then lean forward, tuck the toes of both feet, keep your legs together. Now, with your toes tucked, just press down to the fingertips, and then take this back and forth. Bring your knees into your chest, round your spine, and then touch your knees down to the floor. And keep your toes ticking down, and just take this back and forth just to stretch out the soles of your feet a little bit. And then the next time you lift your knees, just bring your thighs up toward parallel with the floor. And stay here with your heels lifted like this, legs together. Now we're going to hold on to this toe squat. So just walk the hands in close, hands more or less in line with the knees. And it sort of depends on how long your arms are. But stand your fingertips and give yourself some space. Now this is where we take this into some core work from this position. So here's the rules. You have to keep your hands down on the floor. Keep your fingertips down without your hands lifting. And then one at a time. You can extend one leg forward. Pull through center, that's the hard part, and extend all the way back. Now, when it gets hard, when you're trying to pull toward the back of the mat, if you have trouble getting your leg through, just bring your butt up into there as high as you need to lift that leg, rather than bring your leg out to the side. So do this so you're working the compression and working your core. So from here, pull the right knee into your chest, round your spine. And then extend the right leg forward, set the heel down. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Now, here's the hard part. Pull the right knee back in, round your spine. Now lift your hips as much as you need to, but extend that right leg straight back, come down onto your left heel, and then come back into center, back to the toe squat where we started. Other side, pull the left knee into your chest, round your spine. Left leg forward, set the heel down. Now pull back in, round your spine. Lift your hips as much as you need to, extend that left leg straight back. And then come back into center on both heels, and now we'll take it back and forth, and we're definitely going to pick up the pace. Right leg forward, heel to the floor. Pull through center, extend all the way back, and then come back onto both heels. Left leg forward, set your heel down. Pull through center, extend this behind, and then come back to both heels again. Right leg forward, heel to the floor. Pull through center, extend all the way back, and then bring it down onto both heels. Left leg forward, heel down. Pull through center, extend all the way back, and then bring it back into that toe squat. Right leg forward, heel to the floor. Pull through center, extend it behind, and then come back to both heels again. Left leg forward, heel down. Pull through center, come all the way back, and then bring it back to that toe squat. 2 more rounds. Right leg forward, heel down. Pull through center all the way back, and then come back into both feet. Left leg forward with the heel on the floor. Pull through center, extend all the way behind. And then again, come back to both heels. Last round, right leg forward, heel down. Pull through center, extend it behind. Back to both heels, back in that toe squat. And then left heel forward, left leg forward, heel down. Pull through center, come all the way back. And then bring it back to that toe squat again. And then once you're back at center, walk your hands in, sit this upright. Work the balance, legs squeeze toward each other, bring your hands into heart center for just a moment. And then we'll take this into the twist. So left hand down, inhale the right arm high. And with the exhale, bring the right elbow into your left thigh. Now try to bring it toward the center of the leg, closer to the hip. Now once you've got that position, lengthen out your spine, open up your chest to the side, and then go set the right hand down to brace the twist. Now if you want to move towards side crow, just get a little bit taste of it. Set the left hand down in line with the right. Look forward, bring your shoulders forward, bend your elbows in, and lift your hips a little bit. Lean enough to lift that right foot. And then just set it back down. Turn back to center. And bring yourself into balancing here for a moment. And then we'll take the other side. Right hand down when you're ready. Inhale your left arm high. And with the exhale, bring the left elbow into the right thigh. Again, try to get toward the midpoint of that leg. Now, extend your spine long. Draw from the belly and turn to the right. And then when you're ready, set that left hand down, palm flat. Right hand sets in line with the left hand to go further. Shoulders forward, lift the hips a little bit, bend the elbows toward you. Lean enough just to lift that left foot for a moment. And then go ahead, release it. Turn back to center. Now we're still in that toe squat. Bring yourself upright, bring your hands to heart center, squeeze the legs toward each other using your thighs. And now try to hold your spine upright as best you can. And then let's lift this up. Bring your seat about 1 foot above your heels. Just hold for a moment. Now bring yourself close to halfway to standing, just guess. And then come all the way to straight legs, heels still high, legs still squeezing toward each other. And then of course we'll bring it back down the same way. So keep your spine upright as best you can. Sink down toward halfway, just hold. And then bring it down, try to hover about 1 foot above your heels. And then bring it all the way down. And go ahead, release both hands down, bring your knees to the floor. Probably want to shake your feet out a little bit. But give yourself a moment here, just move around and breathe. Now you can just stay here and breathe. You can take another stretch if you like. But whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now once you move into down dog, just take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Now flatten your palms so you can feel some of the weight toward the base of your thumbs. Really ground into your hands. Sink your chest down low. As your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can and keep that upward reach. So draw from the belly and in and around the low ribs. Try to lengthen your spine and keep your torso nice and firm. As your hips press high, if your legs are tight, you can always bend your knees. And if you need to loosen up here, just pedal this out and let your hips move side to side. When you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose here, and let the muscles of your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin. And just restack your spine. So slowly round this up to vertical. Bring your head up last. And open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly, and then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift it up halfway. Fingertips to the floor or to your shins. Lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat. Let's step this back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrist into shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. And keep your spine lifted like this. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control. All the way down into your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And we'll take this up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in the upper body. Press into your feet. Take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows at your sides. Pull the shoulders back. Keep your gaze forward. And work to lift it up even higher. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, just roll back down, chin to the mat. Reach your right arm forward and lay your left arm at your side. And we're going to take this to a half bow variation. So bend the right elbow, right forearm parallel to the front edge of the mat. Bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand and find your foot. Now once you got that grip, with an inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest and just look forward. Focus on the right arm. Now press that right arm to the floor, pull your chest forward, reach the top of the head toward the ceiling, and then kick into your left hand. Now as you're kicking with that right foot, pull your left shoulder forward to lift your right knee higher. Kick into the left foot, bring the weight forward toward your belly. Just breathe here. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bring it back down. Switch it out. Right arm at your side, left arm reaches forward. Bend the left elbow, set forearms parallel to the front. Bend your left knee, reach back with the right hand, find your left foot. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest, look forward, and stay lifted here. Focus on the left arm, press into the floor, pull your chest forward, reach the top of that toward the ceiling. And then kick that left foot into your right hand. Pull the right shoulder forward to lift the left knee higher. Kick the right foot down. Again, bring the weight forward toward your belly. Hold here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring this back down. Now once you're down, take the full pose, both arms at your sides. Bend into both knees and reach back with your hands. Find the grip that suits you best, the feet, the ankles, maybe even the shins. Now if the grip's not going to happen, just keep on reaching and work to lift your knees and reach your hands back. Just take it to where you can. So with an inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest, look forward. Now if you don't have that grip, stretch your fingertips, squeeze your glutes, press your hips down, and work to lift your knees best you can. And if you have that grip, kick in your hands, let it pull your shoulders back, and then draw your shoulders forward to bring the knees up higher. Now, if the knees lift, squeeze them toward each other, not too much outside hips width distance. Bring the weight forward toward your belly. Reach the crown of the head up. Keep breathing. And then if you want to take this a little bit further, kick into the right hand and start to lean right. Now, hold the arch as you roll to the side. And then bring it back to center. Kick in your left hand. Bring it up onto your belly. Open up. Take it further over to the left side. Hold here. Stay open. And then kick back into the right hand. Come back to center. Try to lift this up higher. Pull your chest forward, draw the shoulders forward, keep breathing. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, bring the knees down, arms to your sides. You can windshield wiper the legs side to side for a moment. And then when you're ready, just bring the feet down. Now from here, bring the hands back under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms down to the floor. We're going to take this to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active, work to lift your knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, try to pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Lift up with your arms, but lift with your shoulders, keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in, hips up high, back to down dog. Now pedal that, let your hips move side to side. And let's take this to our sun salutation, see a steady movement, take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga is next, top plank to low. With an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze, up dog or cobra. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in and bring your hips up high to down dog. 2 more rounds like that. Keep it steady. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. And then exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, half lift here. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, high plank to lows next. Now with an inhale, open up, pull this forward. Exhale, draw back in and bring your hips back up. 1 more round, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand and reach this up high. Exhale, all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then with the exhale, set the hands, chaturanga. Now with an inhale, open up, draw forward. Exhale, pull back in. Bring your hips back up. And just find your downward facing dog and breathe here. Now from your downward facing dog, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand and reach this up high. And then with the exhale, sink in the chair. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, pay attention to your stance. Big toes and knees towards center. Feet no wider than hips width distance. Keep your belly pulled in. And keep your hips low like this. Now we're going to take an arm bind. So go ahead, reach your arms out wide. And let's take this into an eagle bind. It's going to be left arm under, right arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch thumbs with your face. Now, if you can't quite get the hands together, do what works. You can always reach the opposite elbow, or opposite shoulders, rather. Now, keep the arms squeezing. Shoulders down, elbows high. Bring your hips down a little bit lower. And stay at this level. Now focus the weight on your right foot, lift your left heel. Now left foot back and across. Just touch the big toe down to the floor, pass the right edge of the mat. Come back into center with your feet together. Keep your hips low. Again, weight to the right foot, left foot back and across again. Bring it back to center with your feet side by side. One more time, weight to the right foot, left foot back and across. Now stay here. And then slowly hinge from the hips, bring your belly to your right thigh, and then bring your left knee all the way down. Now with an inhale, lift your elbows, gaze up high, keep squeezing your arms. With the exhale, come down with the left elbow past the right thigh. Now press your bound arms into the right leg, but keep that right shoulder high and look up toward the ceiling. And keep breathing here. Now with your next inhale, bring this upright, reach both arms high. And then with the exhale, hands down around that right foot. Now step your left foot straight back, come into low lunge. And we're going to take this to a dancer's bridge. So the left hand is your base. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Now step the right foot behind your left leg, sink your hips down. With an inhale, press your hips up high and reach your right arm. Now, this can be a version of side plank. You can stack your shoulders and stay open to the side, or make it more like a back bend, open your chest toward the ceiling. Now, whatever you do, keep your left arm strong, keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips pressing up, and just breathe here. Take an inhale. Now, with the exhale, just sink straight down. Right hand comes forward, right foot comes forward into low lunge. And then take it lower. Bring your left knee down and flatten your left foot behind you. Now sink your hips down, press them forward, press your torso into the right thigh and look forward. And reach your arms straight back. We're going to open and close from this position. So with an inhale, open up, reach your arms up high, but keep your hips low. And then with the exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, open up, gaze up high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, open up, try to take it further each time. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, open this up again and lift. Exhale down one more time. Now inhale, open up and hold here. Now reach your arms up and back. Keep your gaze high. Keep the hips pressing down and toward the front of the mat. And just feel all that lengthening through the front of the left side. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, look forward, hands to your hips. Now lean to the right foot, tuck the toes to the left. We're going to take this to a pyramid stance. So bring your weight to the right foot. Left foot comes forward, one pace behind the right leg, and then bring yourself upright. So it's about 3 feet front to back, but still hips width distance side to side, so your hips are squared. Both legs straight, both feet flat. Left foot points aside at least a little bit. Now pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and then reach your right arm down and your left arm high. And we'll take this into a halfway fold, so take an inhale. Now with the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, come down toward halfway, no lower. You can always bend that right knee if this is a bit much on the back of the right leg, but keep breathing here. Right hip back, left hip forward, keep your gaze forward. And then just moving the arms, switch it out. Right arm forward, left arm back. Switch with your left arm forward. Switch again, right arm forward. Switch again, left arm forward. Switch again, right arm forward. One more time, left arm forward, hold. Now take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face, when you keep that shoulder pulled back. Bend your right knee, left arm past the right thigh. Now use that left arm, press into the right leg, pull your right shoulder back and twist. And keep the halfway fold, spine no lower than parallel to the floor. Now as you pull that right shoulder back, maybe straighten the right leg if you want to take it deeper. But keep breathing here, keep twisting, keep looking up. All right, now I want you to hold on to that twist. Right shoulder stays high, but look down at the floor. Bend the right knee, bring your left hand down, right shoulder stays high. And as you push into your right foot, extend your left leg straight back. We're taking this with a half bind and revolved half moon. So with your right shoulder lifted, look to the right. Maybe keep the right knee bent, maybe straighten the right leg to take it further yet. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, both hands down, bend the right knee, pull the left knee to your chest and round your spine. And then go slow, take hold of that left knee. And let's bring this all the way up to vertical. And know that right leg's going to burn a little bit. Work it as best you can. You can always step your left foot down. Now once you're up, take a moment to breathe. Dig the right big toe down into the floor. When you're ready, let's take the standing twist. Left hand to the outside of the left hip, right hand outside your left knee. Now stay tall, but pull your left shoulder back. Now open the chest to the left side as far as you can go. And this is good enough right here. Now if you want to take it even further, maybe reach your left arm back. Further still, you can bring the right hand to the outside of the left foot and maybe extend that left leg forward. But just take it the way you can. Keep breathing. Stay tall. Stay twisted. And then we're still balancing, so take an inhale. With the exhale, turn back to center, left knee lifted, hands to your hips. And then just set the left foot down next to the right. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, just bring your hands behind your head. Now, interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back. You can always separate your hands if you need to. But keep your chest open, stay tall. And we're going to take it down like this into that toe squat. So dig down to the toes, lift your heels up high. Keep your heels lifted. Now hold your spine upright, but bend the knees. Take it down slow. And with control, come all the way down onto the heels in that toe squat. And then once you're down, bring your hands to the floor. Turn your knees over to the left side. And then the right hand stays down. Now to twist, inhale the left arm up high. And with the exhale, bring the left elbow into your right thigh deep. Now use that left arm. Press into the thigh. Open up your chest to the front as much as you can. Lengthen out your spine within the twist. And then for the arm balance, bring the left palm down. Right hand sets in line with the left. Now shoulders forward. Lift your hips. Bend the elbows in toward you. And lean into this to lift your feet. Take it the way you can. Whatever variation you like. And then when you're ready, go ahead, step it back, fly it back, take it through your vinyasa. And once you find your down dog, just take a moment, paddle out, move around. Now let's take all that to the other side. So from your downward facing dog, take a deep inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to stand and reach us up high. And then with the exhale, sink back into chair. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now again, feet within hips with distance, big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. And let's take the eagle bind. It's going to be right arm under, this time left arm over. Cross the elbows, palms to touch thumbs with your face. Now again, go ahead, reach the opposite shoulders, do what works. But keep your arms squeezing as they cross. So pull the shoulders down, elbows up, sink your hips lower. Now stay low like this. Focus the weight on the left foot, lift your right heel. Right foot back and across, toes past the edge of the mat. And then come back to center with both feet together, stay low. Weight to your left foot, right foot back and across again. Bring it back to center with both feet together. Weight to your left foot, right foot back and across one more time. Now keep your arms squeezing, hinge from the hips. Belly to your left thigh. And then once you've folded, bring the right knee all the way down. Now with an inhale, lift your elbows, squeeze the arms, gaze up high. With the exhale, bring that right elbow down past the left leg. Now press into that left thigh, left shoulder high. Look up toward the ceiling as you're twisting, as the arms are squeezing. Just breathe here. And then with your next inhale, reach both arms high. With the exhale, hands down around that left foot. Now step the right foot straight back, low lunge. Low lunge to your dancer's bridge, right hand's your base. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Left foot steps behind the right leg, sink your hips down. Now with an inhale, press your hips up high, reach to the left arm. Now stay lifted, stay reaching, keep breathing. And again, maybe your shoulders are stacked, or maybe you open your chest more like a back bend, but hold that lift. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, sink back down. Left hand forward, left foot forward into low lunge. Take it lower, right knee down, right foot flat behind. Now sink your hips down, press them forward, press your torso into your left thigh, look forward, and then reach the arms back. We'll take it back and forth, opening and closing again. So with an inhale, open this up, arms up high. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, open up, reach up, gaze high. Exhale, bring it down again. Inhale, open up, try to take it farther. Exhale, come back down again. Inhale, open up and reach. Exhale down one more time. Now inhale, open up and stay lifted here. Keep your gaze high. Keep your arms reaching up and back. Keep the hips sinking low and forward. Lengthen out the front of the right side this time. Keep that right hip pulling forward. Keep breathing. Now with your next inhale, just reach straight up, look forward, and then bring your hands to your hips. Now lean forward to the left foot, tuck the toes to the right. And again, from here to that pyramid stance. So the weight comes to the left foot, right foot steps behind the left leg, about one pace behind. And when you come up, it's about 3 feet front to back, and again, about hips with distance side to side, hips are still squared. Both legs straight, both feet flat. Right foot points to the side a little bit. Right hip forward, left hip back. Now reach your left arm down, right arm up, and keep the arms in line with the upper body. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, hinge from the hips, come halfway down. So look forward. You can bend your left knee if you need to, but left hip back, right hip forward, gaze forward. Nothing moves but the arm. Switch it out. Left arm forward, right arm back. Switch with the right arm forward. Switch again, left arm forward. Switch again, right arm forward. Switch again, left arm forward. Switch again, right arm forward, hold. Take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm facing away. And then bend the left knee, bring the right arm past your left thigh. Now use the right arm to brace your twist. Draw that left shoulder back, look up toward the ceiling. And if you can take it deep, maybe straighten that left leg, but it's right hip forward, left hip back, keep your hips squared. Take it to where you can and keep your spine no lower than parallel to the floor. Now I want you to hold that twist with your left shoulder high, but look down at the floor. Bend your left knee, bring the right hand all the way down. Now push into your left foot, extend the right leg straight back, reach to the toes. Left shoulder high, look to the left. You got that half bind and a revolved half moon. Try to straighten the left leg if you can, but you can bend the left knee if you need to. Keep your chest open to the left. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, both hands down, bend the left knee, pull the right knee in. And as you round your spine, take hold of the right knee. And let's bring this all the way up to vertical. Now once you're up, give yourself a moment, slow your breathing down, dig down into your left big toe. And then once you balance, take the standing twist. So right hand to the right hip, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Now still, stand this up tall, pull the right shoulder back, open up your chest to the right side. And this is good enough right here, a little bit further. You can extend that right arm back, maybe to stay with that. Further still, you can reach the left hand to the outside edge of the right foot and maybe extend that leg. But again, just keep yourself vertical and twisted, whatever variation you can bring it into right now. Still balancing here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just turn back to center, right knee lifted, hands to your hips. And then go set the right foot down next to the left. Now bring your feet together, squeeze the legs toward each other. And then with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, bring the hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, keep your shoulders pulled back, stay tall. Keep your chest open. And then press in your toes, lift your heels up high, and keep your heels lifted all the way down from here to that toe squat. So as your legs squeeze together, bend the knees, let them travel forward. Keep your belly pulled in, keep your spine upright. And bring it all the way down to sitting on your heels. Now once you're down, both hands to the floor. Turn your knees over to the right side. And let's take the twist. Left hand stays down. Inhale the right arm high. And with the exhale, bring the right elbow into your left thigh. Now use that to twist. Open up your chest to the front as much as you can. Lengthen your spine. And then to go further, right palm down. Left hand sets in line with the right. Now grip the floor with your fingers, lift your hips, bring your shoulders forward, pull the elbows back. As you lean, let the feet lift, take it to where you can. And then again, when you're ready, go ahead, take it through your Vinyasa. And we'll meet in down dog. Now from your down dog, give yourself a moment here, paddle out and breathe. And then we'll take this into half pigeon. So when you're ready, with an inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. And with the exhale, bring it forward, right knee behind your right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten your left foot, straighten your left leg, pull the left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. And just sink your weight straight down. Now keep your hips squared like this and look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip or toward the glutes. Now you can just stay upright like this, and this is fine by itself. If you want to go deeper in that direction, you move toward one of the back bends. And if you want to relax, you can come down to the elbows, maybe melt this down all the way. But just take it to where you need to right now and breathe. All right, then from wherever you are, if your hands are forward, walk them back in. Tuck the toes of your left foot, release your right leg. Just take a moment, shake it out. And then once your right foot's down, let's take it on the other side. So inhale your left leg up high. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist. Left ankle somewhere behind the right. Go ahead, bring your right knee down, flatten the right foot behind you. Pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left, and sink your weight straight down. And look for at least some of that stretch on the left side, out of the left hip with the glutes. Now you can just stay upright like this, and again, if you want to go deeper in that direction, maybe take one of the back bends. You can melt down to the elbows, you can come down all the way. Just take it to where you need to here. And then again, if your hands are forward, walk them back in. Tuck the toes of the right foot, release your left leg, shake it out. And then once your left foot comes down, bring your knees down to the mat. And bring your legs out from underneath you, come down onto your back. Now once you're down, pull your knees in close, just squeeze everything in and just flatten out your spine. And then go ahead, release your left leg, extend it out fully. Left arm down at your side. And bring the right arm inside the right leg, take hold of the right big toe. Now once you have that grip, just pull down right away. As you're pulling with the right hand, press up with the right foot and keep the tension working both directions. Now look for the stretch on the back of the right leg into the hamstrings. Once you feel that, just breathe into it. Keep pulling down as you're pushing up. Now if you're able to straighten the right leg, draw that big toe directly over your shoulder. And just breathe into this here. Now, if you just want to continue with the stretch as is, you can stay right here. But if you want the option to take this a little bit differently, go ahead, switch your hands. But keep the right leg extended as is, as straight as you can. So you're going to switch this out. With your left hand, take hold of the right big toe. Bring the right arm down to your side. And then start drawing the right foot over the left side. Now, as you bring the right foot left, keep the right shoulder down. And just feel how that changes the stretch. Breathe into this here. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Bring both knees into your chest and squeeze in again. And then once you're ready, switch this out. Go ahead, extend the right leg fully, right arm down to your side. Left arm inside the left leg, find the big toe. Once you got the toe, pull down and press that foot up toward the ceiling. Now keep working this in both directions till you find that stretch. Find that tension in the back of the right thigh, breathe into it. If the knee's bent, that's fine. And if you've got a straight left leg, draw that big toe directly over your shoulder. Now again, you can just stay with this stretch as is. And if you want to move further on with this, just keep that left leg extended to this level, but switch hands. So right hand rather comes to the left big toe, left arm down to your side. And then draw that left foot over to the right, but keep your left shoulder down. And just take this to where you can here. Now take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your grip. Bring both knees in again. And then let's take it to happy baby. Go ahead and reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Now stack your ankles above your knees and pull down on both sides. So try to draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs. And press your feet back up in your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Now try to flatten your spine, sink your tailbone down low to the floor. And then if you want to take this further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here. Draw down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. Now when you're ready here, start to move again bit by bit, fingers and toes. Move your arms and legs. And go ahead and extend this out. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out past your hip. And then pull things back in, bring the elbows toward your chest. And draw your knees up as well. And then just take your time, find your way up to a comfortable seat. Now ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. And then bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale, hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.